I got a beat that I made here with a Mac Miller acapella on top of it. We're gonna break down the beat that I made, but I'm gonna give you a little preview with Mac Miller's vocals on there. Let's take a listen.
Never had a lot, but I made a lot. They told the story, I changed plot. Now I'm saving up for that plane yacht. Them extra channels, that cable box, yeah. I'm faithful to that cable box. That money good, but that pain is not. They said, damn, you changed a lot, but they don't know my bitch tonight.
Welcome back to my channel, everybody. So in today's video, I'm going to do a quick breakdown of the beat that I made here. This will be without the Mac Miller sample. I do have that video up, which I'll leave a link to if you want to hear the full version with his acapella on top. But we're gonna dive into the computer and break down my sample and then a little bit of the layering that I did, which is what this is mostly about, layering on top of some samples that you made. So let's dive into the computer and take a look. All right, so here is my sample right here. I've got it soloed out and I'm gonna play it. And as you can see here, I've got the speed turned down, which I do a lot with a bunch of these samples. And I got it pitched up 6 semitones. Super simple with the loop. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I like to keep things very, very simple, but there are times where I feel like some of my loops that I make need to be stacked with something else, layered with either a pad or whatever, but I'll show you what I did here, and then I'll show you another beat that I did where I feel like I'm not stacking it with anything. That'll be something separate, which I'll save in this video, but let's dive into my chops here and hear what my loop sounds like. Right, not that bad, not that difficult, super basic. And I've played it with the bass line and the drums, and it sounds really good. It just needed something to fill it in just a little more, which is what I did with this right here. So, and as you can see here, I've got a ton of effects here. And I added a little dual ARP on this guy, so a little different kind of layering here. I'm gonna solo this out so you can hear what I did, and then I'll solo them together to see what it sounds like here. So let me just play the keys here. So I didn't really do a lot of work. I just stuck with the kind of within the same chord progression that this is in, within the key that this is in. And I'm almost certain I'm messing with a stock version of this here. But let's take a listen to the keys here. I mean, nothing too crazy, right? I've got, I think, right here too. Yeah, so I'm playing them in chords. I'm also using the scale in chords thing. So if you click into here, it's only one key, but it's playing the entire chord. So I'm gonna stack these together, and you're gonna hear what it sounds like. First, I'll just solo the sample, and then I will stack on top just so you can hear how bulky it gets. So let's take a listen. Not bad, and it's just one of those things that I have kind of sitting in the background. I really turned the volume down, added a lot of effects, but I turned it down. Noticeable when it's muted, definitely noticeable when it's muted, but really in the background, just to fill that up. After that, it's just a bass. Look, you can see it right here. It's bass line. This might be another bass line, but kind of on the higher end. Doesn't matter. Couldn't figure out which bass line I want to use. I'm still trying to figure that out. And then a simple drum pattern. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. So I'm gonna play this in its entirety, without the acapella. Again, I'm gonna leave a link somewhere in the video where you can actually click on it. I made a video with his acapella. It's like a 2.5 minute song. So click on that and take a listen to it. Give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Give this video a thumbs up or a like if you like what you hear. Let's play it in its totality here, and then we're all good to go. Thank you guys for watching. Just a quick breakdown. Oh, you know what? Really quick, before I play this, let me bring up another beat here, because like I said, sometimes, I mean, I'm a huge keep it simple kind of person. Natural beauty, basically the music version of natural beauty to me is keeping it simple. If you find, this is mostly for anybody that likes to chop samples. If you are chopping samples, there are times where you come up with a really, really good sample chop. And when you do, you might not need nothing else other than your bass line and your drums. And you just have to make your drums hit. Get a little creative on every 4th or 8th bar with your drums. That would be good enough. I've got an example of that right now I'm gonna show you. And I'll do a full video on this, but let me pull this up here. I have nothing going on right here, all right? Absolutely nothing. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play the sample and I'll play the drums together. I need to make this quick here. I'll do a full video on this beat, but I got absolutely nothing going on. So I'm gonna play the sample and then I'll play it with the drums and we're good. I'll play my original beat to start with, but take a listen. When I say keep it simple, this is what I mean. You find the right sample, you chop it up perfectly, just add a bass line, add your drums, and walk away from it. That's enough of that. I gotta make a full video on that alone, and that won't even take long because I don't have much going on there. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll play the original song that I was working on. See you guys later.